A most warm welcome to my castle, Mr. Kennedy.
Resident Evil 4 Remake is just a few weeks away, but Capcom offered IGN one more look at this highly anticipated survival horror game ahead of the launch with plenty of enticing new details to pore over. We saw nearly 20 minutes of new Resident Evil 4 Remake footage and noted some of the most exciting details.
We are just getting started, rookie.
In an interview with IGN about how the development team figured out what new gameplay mechanics to add to Resident Evil 4 Remake, director Yasuhiro Ampo said this: "When looking into making the remake, the team didn't want to disturb the main mechanics of the original game. However, when looking into the game, they looked into what they could add on top of what was already there, what was already good, and making everything even better." To highlight this philosophy, Ampo specifically cited the knife combat, which is enhanced from the original. Whereas in the original Resident Evil 4, Leon would use the knife as a last resort, in the remake, Leon is able to parry attacks, making the knife not only a viable weapon, but a necessary one, especially if you're running low on health.
Stay back!
Parrying enemy attacks transforms the knife from a last-ditch tool and glorified wooden crate opener into a defensive tool where you're able to keep yourself alive just a little bit longer, so long as you have the dexterity to block incoming attacks. Similar to the parrying skill, you can also use knives as finishing attacks when enemies are on the ground. In one particularly striking scene from the footage we previewed, Leon was able to approach an enemy on the ground and slit their throat. It's a particularly brutal sequence, but one that points to how Resident Evil 4 Remake will maintain an equal balance of horror and action. In previous interviews, the Resident Evil 4 Remake team said that the game will be somewhat bigger than the original. While that certainly won't make Resident Evil 4 into an open world game, there appear to be some optional side quests Leon can complete through the mysterious blue parchments. In one scene, Leon picks up a blue piece of paper asking him to bring them a rare gold chicken egg. Completing this side mission rewards Leon 3 spindles that he can later sell to a merchant for some cash.
Welcome.
In Resident Evil 4, Leon's best friend is an attaché case that houses all of his gear. Not only is the case back in the remake, but players will be able to customize the attaché case with different color options, and can even add little charms to personalize the case. In the preview video we watched, Leon is able to add a little chicken charm to the corner of his case. Your mission in Resident Evil 4 is to rescue Ashley Graham, the daughter of the President of the United States. Spoiler alert, you find Ashley partway through the game, but that doesn't mean your mission is over just yet. Ashley will begin following Leon around, and it's up to the player to keep Ashley safe from enemies while trying to escape this hostile village. Ashley has some new abilities this time around, like being able to unlock doors for Leon. He is also able to direct Ashley to either stay close behind him or hang back a bit while he takes care of some enemies.
Stick close.
Okay.
She also sports a new look in the remake, something Capcom's producer says was meant to remedy something from the original game. He said, "So looking into the environment that she is in, and looking into the season that the game is taking place in, it was taking place in a very cold area in Europe, and in that way, she was a bit underdressed for the weather, so to speak. So the team decided to add a jacket that suited her."
You hurt?
No, I'm okay.
Fans may have already spotted this in some of the new trailers, but Resident Evil 4 Remake will feature at least one new weapon, the Bolt Thrower. These are explosive mines attached to silent bolts that can not only take care of tough enemies from afar, but they're delivered in a silent way, making them almost like a stealth weapon, at least until they explode. This brings us to another point, stealth. The developers confirmed in our interview that Leon will be able to use stealth to get past enemies in the remake. Not only can Leon crouch, but if you're careful enough, you can get past enemies by silently dispatching them with the knife or creating distractions from a distance using the Bolt Thrower. The new stealth mechanics come particularly in handy when fighting the Garrador, which rely on sound to track down Leon's location. Our preview ended with a glimpse of the fight against Leon's old teammate, Jack Krauser. While the fight was originally a QTE event in the original game, the boss fight is now fully playable with Leon using his improved knife to go toe-to-toe with Krauser. Capcom confirmed to IGN that there will be no cutscene-based QTEs in the remake. However, there are times during combat where players will have to mash a button in order to escape. That's everything new and exciting we caught during our hands-off preview. For more spooky goodness, you can read our ongoing coverage of the new survival game Sons of the Forest, and for everything else, keep it here on IGN.